First pitch coming your way next. Just about to get started. Towing the slab in today's game, Chris Bassett. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of, you know, tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
On the ground, Jimenez. One up, one down.
That's an out.
As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. In that cleanup spot, a key piece for this club, Aaron Judge.
Well, he's an important part of this lineup for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it, Boog. It's somebody that they try to feed off of. He does a lot of things, you know, very well up there at the plate. He's got a presence about him, and, you know, he's a guy that you really kind of like to watch swing the bat.
Ramirez gets out of the way. That's ball one. Ramirez launched a homer in his most recent game. And that's in there at the knees. Right through there for a strike.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Once in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
One out, runner at second. Juan Soto now comes in 5 for 15 in the series. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and that one finds its way through. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Just kept it simple, playing pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
Runner on at first with one gone. So now the Yankees cleanup hitter, Aaron Judge. Swings through that one for strike one. Judge with a homer in his last game. Judge in his 9th season, a member of the 1,000 hit club. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Curve in the dirt. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can't forget it. He'll touch them all. His 6th of the series. It's 3-0. So the streak stays alive. His 4th straight game with a home run.
Boog, that's like a cycle of home runs, and I know how much you love the cycle. He's absolutely punishing mistakes right now he can't miss. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Here's Harper now. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
0-1.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. Yeah, that's fouled off. Outside low. Yeah, the count 1-2. That one missed. 1 out, bases empty. Got him looking for the K. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. Here's Francisco Lindor having a big series so far with 8 hits. Pitch misses. 1-0. Check swing, called strike. Check swing, called strike. 1-2. And
Ball
that
2.
skips in the dirt.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count.
Yainer Diaz on deck for the Yankees. That one is absolutely belted. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. And he's got a double.
Well, his hot hitting continues. He's been getting great results lately. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So, runner at second, 2 down. And up next for New York, Yainer Diaz. And he hits a ground ball right side. Gets it to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. It's now 3-0. And we're back. And getting the start, Max Fried. Chris, he is a fun one to watch do his thing out there.
Well, he comes in carrying a career ERA under 3. He's been fantastic ever since he broke into the big leagues. Can't wait to watch him pitch today.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. And there's the strike.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Jimenez went deep in his most recent game. The 1-1 is fouled off. 1-2 now. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Struck him out swinging. The notches strikeout number 150 this season.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Ernie Clement in the box now. No balls and a strike. He swings and fouls one off. That to right. Judge getting an angle on it. And there's 2 down. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. It features a great veteran presence, George Springer.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Cody Bellinger stands in now and watches strike 1. Just missed. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Merrill makes the play, and it's out number 3. Back here at Rogers
Leading off
Center,
for the
here's the
Yankees,
center fielder, Jackson Merrill.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
That one ripped. And that's going to bang against the wall. Around first and hustling for second, and he's there with a leadoff double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Everything was mechanically sound with that swing right there. I mean, that's pretty much what you're wanting to replicate with every rep you take. You want good balance, barrel directly to the baseball, and good long extension after contact out in front of home plate. Man, there are a lot of doubles in a swing like that.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Doyle getting ready to hit, went deep in the ball game last night. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with one out.
Now batting, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
So the lineup flips over. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. He's 0 for 1.
This is the classic manufacturing a run situation. A runner at third, less than 2 outs, and a golden opportunity to bring him home.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it's off the wall. In comes the run from third to add on.
He was all over that
Up
one.
next
That pretty
for
much
the
split the
Yankees,
zone down the
third
middle,
baseman,
and those are the
Jose
ones where you got to
Ramirez.
make them pay.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Doubled in his first AB. Wow, nice play. To his knee, the throw, and they get the out.
Now batting,
Well, he makes a great
hitter,
decision to go
Juan
ahead and dive and
Soto.
stop that ball. Nice little flip to the pitcher covering. Those are those PFPs, pitchers fielding plays.
Here's Juan Soto. Singled and scored his first time. And that one sliced foul. Two outs and one in scoring position. Up the middle. Slings to first. They get the out on Soto. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Yankees strike for a run on the RBI double. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. Back now in Toronto. Bo Bichette up to the dish.
Shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Come on, Bo.
Max Fried will go to work. The shortstop takes the ball. That clips the corner. Joe McDonald, our umpire behind the dish.
Yeah, Boog, Joey Mack. Sometimes a little tough to figure out. We may see some hitters and pitchers asking him where a pitch was here or there, but most of the time he keeps it reasonable.
Next offering is in for a strike. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience in what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
Right fielder, George
Here's George
Springer.
Springer. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Fried out of the stretch fires. Just
Outside ball.
missed. Nobody out. Runner at first. Strike 2. Next offering is outside.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire, and out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
2-2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. In the air, right field. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Batting sixth, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Alejandro Kirk. Sneaks through, base hit. And now two aboard.
Perfect example right there. A hitter who hits the ball on the outside
seventh,
part of the plate
left
the other way
fielder,
has to trust his
Davis
hands and let the ball
Schneider.
travel a little bit deeper.
2 on, 1 out. Here's the left fielder, Davis Schneider. And first offering is fouled off. And the pitch. On the ground, right side. Off balance feet. There's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Batting eighth, center fielder Dalton Varsho.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. He has consistently been one of the best in the sport against lefties, and yet the righties give him trouble. You know, you don't want to be labeled as that guy, but the numbers say what they say. Runners on first and third, 2 away here in the finale of this 4-game set.
This lefty matchup thing's not going so well.
Anthony Santander at the plate, taking his first at bat of the game after entering on defense. Just missed. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's too high.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one just misses.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Popped up right side. Brings it in, and the inning is over. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 4-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back.
Leading
Let's
off
take a look
for
at
the
how the
Yankees,
series has played
right
out so
fielder
far.
Aaron Judge.
Bassett back to work. Just off the inside edge.
I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
There's a strike at the knees.
You know, these Yankees doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the Major League average.
Hard hit, right side. Santander takes it to the bag. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, first baseman Bryce Harper.
Here's Bryce Harper. He loves talking about players he admired growing up.
One of my favorite ways to look at Stanton's numbers is to look at the pitchers he's homered against. There are a lot of future Hall of Famers on that list. Guys like Clayton Kershaw, Justin Verlander, and Max Scherzer. I took Roger Clemens deep and Pedro Martinez, but I'm nowhere near Cooperstown.
Now batting, shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Two outs, base is empty. And next for New York, Francisco Lindor. And first offering is fouled off.
It's not much of a surprise, but Stanton's homered in every active ballpark in the majors, Boog. Every single one. He even has a homer at the Field of Dreams. We're not sure if he's AI or human.
Out to short, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Wasting no time. He's
Up
2
next
for 2
for
now
the
on the
Yankees,
night.
catcher,
And just a
Yainer
triple
Diaz.
and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Yainer Diaz stepping in now for the Yankees. In there for strike one.
Some of Stanton's home runs early in his career came against guys like Roy Oswalt, Barry Zito, and Ubaldo Jimenez. Those are a few throwback names for you, Boog.
2 outs. That's towards center. Varsho sizes this one up. He makes the grab, and that is that. One left for the Yankees as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
And that's in for a strike. And that one wrapped foul. 0-2 now. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit
next for
strikeouts
the
in his
Blue
last
Jays,
start, and he's just
third
racking them up
baseman,
again in this
Ernie
one. This guy can
Clement.
really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Clement, the next to hit, takes ball one. He was late there, strike one.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
And there's a ball.
Ooh, I thought he'd bite right there.
That one misses. And a full count now.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
And that one popped in the air, left field. And makes the grab. Out number 2.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He
Tony
saved extra
Bellinger.
bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Bellinger in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays, and they trail it 4-1. Welcome back. Let's
Leading
check
off
out what's
for
been
the
happening
Yankees,
of late.
center
Really
fielder,
been playing
Jackson
well.
Merrill.
Down and away for ball one.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
That one outside. Yeah, that's ball 2.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
That misses the zone, and now 3-0. And that one is in for a strike. And it's filled up.
Full count.
And a seed into center. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Everything came together for him. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Runner on the go. Cut on and miss. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Pulls that one foul. Swings and misses. One away.
Now batting, second
Back to
baseman,
the top of the
Jazz
lineup.
Chisholm
Now it's the second
Jr.
baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. The throw in, but it's offline. It's 5-1.
Comes through with the RBI.
Now batting,
Timing
third
on the swing was
baseman,
good.
Jose
Able to shoot the ball
Ramirez.
up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. That's it for Chris Bassett, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for
Max
the Blue
Scherzer
Jays.
gets the call from the pen.
Number 31.
On for his 20th appearance of the year.
Max Scherzer.
One down. Now it's Jose Ramirez. 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the first. Runner on the move. Pitches low. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And that's another stolen base for the league leader.
Well, I'm sure that steal will raise a couple of eyebrows because of this big lead, but I think it's more respect for their opponent, knowing that they've got to continue to add on if they're going to win this game. Don't take it as an offense. Take it as a sign of respect.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Coming home. He will score. The relay throw. The tag out. And now it's Juan Soto. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and no one left on. We're midway in the fourth. Yankees 6 and the Blue Jays 1. Back at the ballpark,
Leading
and
off
in
for
this series, it has
Toronto,
been lights
shortstop
out on the
Bo
mound as we
Bichette.
take a check of the numbers. Right through there for a strike.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
And that is out of play. Good job to fight that one off. 0-2 now. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it, on to first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
He's locked in
Now
at the plate
batting,
when he's
the
using
right
the whole field.
fielder,
He was out in front there.
George
Just needs to let the ball travel a
Springer.
little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And the batter is George Springer. Fastball for a strike. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Just blown
Now
away in
batting,
that at bat.
the
3
catcher,
fastballs, all
Alejandro
strikes.
Kirk.
He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. He's got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Kerr stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a ground ball. Jazz tosses to first.
Out.
Inning over. Down in order go the Blue Jays. They trail it 6-1. And we're back.
Leading
Now
off
it's
for
Aaron
the
Judge
Yankees,
up to the plate.
right fielder Aaron
Say you can't ask for
Judge.
anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and foul ball. Set down on strikes. That was pretty nasty.
Wow, short work to send him packing to start the inning, and no messing
Up
around
next
either.
for the
All 3
Yankees,
pitches were
first
in the
baseman
strike zone,
Bryce
attack
Harper.
mode all the way, and that's pretty impressive given the pop he was dealing with at the plate.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's down. One hops off the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
All
Up
over
next
that one right
for the
there.
Yankees,
Even though center
shortstop
fielders are amazing
Francisco
at tracking down
Lindor.
balls these days, there's still a lot of room out there, and it's a big field. So if you hammer one to center like that, there's a decent chance you're picking up extra bases.
1 out. Runner at second. And stepping in for the Yankees, Francisco Lindor. And ball 1. One out and a runner at second. Gloves it on the dive from his knees. The throw. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Oh, that one right there had
Up
the
next
looks of
for the
one of those
Yankees,
plays of the
catcher
week. Great
Yair
diving
Diaz.
stop, but he just couldn't set up to make a good throw. Maybe got a little too excited. He was probably feeling it as well, but either way, that's a tough play and a tough error.
Runners at the corners here. One away. Diaz now at the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. Just
No,
off
that's
the
a ball.
outside edge. Ball 1.
Get out of here, Yankees. Ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Harper at third. Lindor at first. One gone. That one fouled off. Two and one now. 2 aboard. Hit in the air. Center field. Varsho makes the grab. Runner tags for home. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and it's now a 6-run lead.
In that situation, you're looking to get something up in the zone that you can put in the air. Worst case scenario, a sacrifice fly to drive in that runner from third.
And up next for New York, Jackson Merrill. And first offering is fouled off. Scherzer deals and delivers outside.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2-2.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Caught him looking for the K. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Yankees 7 and the Blue Jays 1. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
David Schneider.
That's in there. 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Judge hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays,
Dalton
center
Varsho,
fielder,
the next to hit.
Dalton
RBI
Varsho.
single his last time up. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Fastball for a strike.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Ground ball up the middle. Oh, great stop. Over to first. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
Well, fortunately, they've got a big lead on the scoreboard, so that error shouldn't hurt too much. But you have to be careful about losing concentration in a game like this. It can be an easy trap to fall into.
One gone, runner at first. So up next for Toronto, Anthony Santander. Tap foul at the plate. Man at first, 1 away. Next offering is fouled back. Hit in the air out to center field. Merrill on his way over. Nabs it. That's out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman Andres Jimenez.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that misses. And that is ball 1. Strike 1. That one catches the zone. Now 1-2.
A 1-2 count. All he's seen is fastballs. You've got to expect something off speed. Stay back.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Judge should have this one. He's got it, and that ends the inning. One left for Toronto. They're down 7-1. So digging in,
Leading off for the
Brendan Doyle.
Yankees, left fielder.
I think when you
Brendan
contemplate
Doyle.
him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
And that gets down for a base hit. Back to the top of the Yankee order, and now Jazz Chisholm Jr. Runner takes off. Line to left. Fair ball. Coming home. Safe. And they're pulling away up by 7 now.
Picks himself up at RBI. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So a man aboard. And next for New York, Jose Ramirez. And first offering is fouled off. Man at second. Right side. And that is Springer. Squeezes it. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with one away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Juan Soto.
So now here's the DH, Juan Soto.
The goal is to give your teammate a chance to score from third. There's a few ways he can get it done, but his best chance is to drive one in the air. Look for the right pitch up and then smoke it.
Chisholm stands at third with one gone in the inning. Pitch misses there, and it's 2-0. Outside. Foul ball. One away with a runner at third. Swung on, belted. And that is a foul ball. And foul ball. One away with a runner at third. And we're in the top half of the sixth. Crushed to right. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Home run. He nails one out to right. His 64th home run of the season. And they boost their lead. It's 10-1.
What pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Max Scherzer is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
Ryan
the Blue
Burr
Jays.
comes on now.
Well, he's
Number
been hit pretty
43,
hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
Base is empty, one away. It's Aaron Judge now. He's already homered in this game. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
0-2.
One down, base is empty. And that one's a little bit low. And that's ball 1. And that's outside. Got him. And Judge is down on strikes.
Up next for the
2
Yankees,
down, base is
first
empty.
baseman Bryce
Harper to the plate. 1 for 3. Hard ground ball, base knock. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got
Up
something
next
he could
for the
handle. Pretty
Yankees,
tough for the
shortstop
infielders to do anything
Francisco
with that one. He pulled
Lindor.
it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Now batting, catcher.
And stepping
Yainer
in for the
Diaz.
Yankees, Yainer Diaz, known for his rocket arm behind the plate. First pitch swinging.
No balls. 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2.
No ball.
Movement in the
2
bullpen.
strikes.
Brendan Little, the left-hander, up and throwing. Sandlin also getting ready. Goes down looking. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now 10-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And now for the Jays,
Leading off
Ernie
for
Clement.
Toronto, third baseman Ernie Clement.
Freed back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Blue Jays, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today.
1-1.
It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
This one in the air. Lindor moving under this one. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
That was a
Now
good,
batting,
hard fastball with some
designated hitter,
nice
Tony
ride up in the zone
Bellinger.
right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop-up and an easy out for the defense.
Line drive. And that's down. A base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Now batting, shortstop Bo
Bichette
Bichette.
next up for the Blue Jays. Ripped into right field. Base hit. Throw is high and over his head. Good backup, though. He's right there and no advance.
Back-to-back
Up
base
next
hits.
for the Blue
First pitch
Jays,
fastball in a great
right
spot to do
fielder,
some damage, and he
George
squared it up nicely.
Springer.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate.
Hike.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
2 on, 1 out. Strike two.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher
0-2.
that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
And that one is lifted in the air. Judge. And there are two down.
Now batting, the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
So first and second with two outs. And next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk, 1 for 2. That
That's
catches the
strike.
corner.
0-1.
And it's fouled away. First and second, two down here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. On to first, and it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. Blue Jays leave a pair. They're down 9. It's 10-1. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Varsho moving under it. Puts it away for the out.
Up next for the Yankees, left fielder, Brenton
And up
Doyle.
next for New York, Brenton Doyle. Burr in his 4th year, 30 years old now, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Next offering popped in the air, right field. And there's two down.
Now batting, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm.
Two
Jr.
outs, base is empty. And here is Jazz Chisholm Jr. The
Pinch
Yankees
hitting
going
for
with a
New
pinch
York,
hitter.
number
Hesung
17,
Kim trying to
Hesung
get something
Kim.
going for him with 2 away. And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Varsho brings it in for the third out. Now the left fielder,
Leading
Davis
off
Schneider.
for the Jays, left fielder, Davis Schneider.
Just missed.
1 ball, no strikes.
Right through there for a strike.
Big at bat right here.
One
He did
ball,
the team
one
thing,
strike.
took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
Swings and misses. And the count is 1-2.
1-2.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Maximus notches the K.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
So up next for
center
Toronto,
fielder,
Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
Late on that fastball.
Usually when a pitcher's
No
had a
ball,
dominant
1 strike.
outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what this guy has done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
That
Ball
one
one.
misses, and that's ball one.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
That one clubbed out towards left center. That'll be extra bases. And it gets by him. And he'll pull him to second safely. One out, runner
Now
at
batting,
second.
the first
Anthony
baseman,
Santander
Anthony
will hit next.
Santander.
And first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1. That's a
Just
ball.
missed.
1-1.
This one popped up. Harper has a beat on it. And there's two away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
Here's Andres Jimenez. 0 for 3 in this one. And first offering is fouled off. Varsho on at second with 2 down. On the inside corner for a strike. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. Welcome back as
Leading
we
off
take a look
for
at
the
their upcoming
Yankees,
schedule.
third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Pitch misses, and it's 1-0.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
Leading off for the Yankees,
Now here is
the designated
Juan
hitter,
Soto.
Juan
He's already
Soto.
homered here in this one. That one the other way. And it gets by him. Around second is Ramirez. Coming home. He'll score easily. Well, Singy, he is locked
Now
in
batting,
there.
right fielder,
Well, he's
Aaron
really slowed
Judge.
the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Aaron Judge comes to the plate now. We think of home runs when we see Judge, which makes sense because, well, he hits a lot of them.
Yeah, you're right about that, Boog. In fact, Judge hit 300 home runs before he reached 1,000 hits. The only other player in MLB history to do that was Mark McGwire.
I think of home runs with that guy, too.
Yeah, same.
And the 1-0. That one found hard the other way. Judge waits. Line drive, base hit. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with
Up
nobody
next
out.
for the Yankees, first baseman, Bryce Harper.
And now here is Harper. Line drive, caught. Race to the bag, but he's safe. Good job to avoid the double play.
Now batting,
Yikes,
shortstop,
Scorched
Francisco
an absolute
Lindor.
missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder. When one of those things comes screaming towards you, watch your lips.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be
Pitch
extra.
hitting
Pinch
for the
hitter coming
Yankees,
on.
number
Zach
18,
Neto.
Zach
One
Neto.
out, runners at the corners for him. And that one clips the corner. Runners at the corners, one away. And we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss as he was late.
No ball. 2 strikes.
And downstairs. And that's outside.
Ball 3.
In the dirt. Nice
Watch out.
job behind the plate there. Two on, one out. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Well, interesting. He went with the
Now
off
batting,
speed
catcher,
and walked the hitter.
Yainer
Man, you got
Diaz.
to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Yainer Diaz digs in now.
I'm curious how he decides
Pitch
to.
The
hitting for
Yankees
New
going
York,
with a pinch
number
hitter.
28,
Austin Wells. One out, the base is loaded. Big spot for him. That one drilled left field. Drops into the glove. Runner tagging from third. He scores on the sac fly, and they extend their lead.
Now batting,
Not fooled
the
at all
center
right
fielder,
there. He was
Jackson
clearly
Merrill.
all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Ryan Burr out of the game, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the
Brendan
Blue
Little
Jays.
on the pitch out of the pen here.
Number
Well, they need
54.
someone to stop the bleeding and keep the
Brendan
score right where
Little.
it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Jackson Merrill stepping in now for the Yankees.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone
Pitch
else is
hitting
in
for
slow
New
motion,
York,
and
number
he's in
14,
full speed.
Luis
The
Angel
Yankees going with a
Acuna.
pinch hitter. Luis Angel Acuna looking for a big hit with 2 out, runners at first and second. There's a strike.
No balls. 1 strike.
Ball 1 there. In the dirt, but kept close. Up the middle, base hit. That was smoked through the infield. Judge scores.
He's in
Throw
there.
to second, not in time. He's there
Now
easily.
batting,
Well,
left
that
fielder,
certainly feels
Britton
good when you
Doyle.
can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So 2 on with 2 away. And next for New York, Brenton Doyle. And a
Ball.
curve is down and in.
1-0.
Not
2-0.
even close there. Now 2-0. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Hit hard on the ground to short. Bichette whips it to first. They limit the damage here. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. Last half of the 8th coming up. The Yankees lead it. It's 13-1. And now for the Jays,
Leading
Ernie
off
Clement.
for the Jays, third baseman,
Freed, still
Ernie
out there to pitch
Clement.
the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point he wants to finish what he started.
There's a strike at the knees. 0-1. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
Now batting, designated hitter, Cody
Here comes Cody Bellinger.
This isn't a pitcher that softens up when he starts to show signs of fatigue. I mean, his stuff stays sharp. Makes these at-bats more difficult than they normally would be against other pitchers at this stage of the game.
And strike 2.
Man, he is just dialed in right now. Every pitch thrown with so much conviction.
That one missed.
Now just about to hit that century mark. 100 pitches for this game.
The Blue Jays with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. That is the inning. Back at the ballpark
Leading
as
off
we
for
take a
the
check of the
Yankees,
bullpen
second
so far
baseman,
this season.
Hyun-Sung Kim.
Little back to work. Breaking
1-0.
ball misses down and away. That one's in there. That's strike 1. On the corner for a strike. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a
Now
power
batting,
curveball
third
in the
baseman,
80s. It's got so much
Ramirez.
spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Jose Ramirez stepping in now for the Yankees. Up the middle. Fires over to first. And Ramirez is set down.
Well, I believe we talked about how the ball is coming
Now
out of
batting,
the pitcher's
the
hand.
designated hitter,
The way it comes out of his
Soto.
hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
And now the DH, Juan Soto.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Hauls it in to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the ninth. Yankees out in front. It's 13-1. Here's George Springer to start it off. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout.
George Springer. Now
A new arm into the game, the righty, Jose
Number
Buto.
70.
And you know, bullpen
Jose
guys can struggle
Buto.
sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
No base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me. He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Got him swinging.
Now batting.
Alejandro
the catcher,
Kirk next up for the Blue Jays.
Kirk.
There's a strike. 95 of that one. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the last half of inning number 9. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And that's a strikeout looking. Now only 1 out remaining.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a
Now
ball,
batting,
whatever, but
left
just the
fielder,
location
David
with that velocity.
Schneider.
It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
1 out left for the Blue Jays. And next for Toronto, Davis Schneider. And first offering is fouled off. Lifted to left, and that should do it. He's got it. Ball game. The Yankees take this one in a blowout.
Another day, another win. I really think this team has forgotten how to lose a ball game. It's been so long since they've lost. I really don't know what else to say. They're just a can't-miss ball club right now.
13-1 is how it ends. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.